I need all the wins, yeah. Ain't no L's, I gotta get it, no call and quits, yeah. Gotta keep on moving no matter how hard it gets, yeah. Better move out the way, cause I'm coming with harder hits. My head is as hard as a brick, but I'm harder than all of this. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. My heart on my sleeve.
So friends, I hope everyone had a good start into the new year. For the past month or so I was working on something special. I rebuilt this setup and the studio because it's this place where the magic will happen and my goals will become a reality. And I have some big goals for this year. I worked more than 60 hours on this video, so without further ado, let me show you this place. I was working a lot on this desk setup to make the place where I can create and really enjoy working for long hours. I wanted it to be a place that feels cozy and that makes it also really easy for me to get into deep work and focus. Speaking of focus, this video will focus mainly on the desk setup, but if you're interested in a video of the whole room, just let me know and I will make that video. Of course, the room and the desk setup work hand in hand to create the best atmosphere. So, let's start with the basics. The tabletop is just an old basic white one from IKEA. Some years ago I made it into a standing desk with these legs from a company called Boho Office. I really like the looks of a wooden tabletop and I'm a fan of oak, but I built my own one because real hardwood tabletops are quite expensive. When we moved into this apartment I just finished university, so money wasn't a thing, but I really don't like the looks and feel of cheap furniture or cheap things in general. So I decided to upcycle our dining table with oak hardwood flooring. I then CNC machined it into several pizza slices that meet in the middle, creating this pattern. For the tabletop in the studio I wanted to use the same flooring but keeping it simple at the same time. I really like how the table looks and feels. The hardwood is calming and gives this room a warm touch. So let's get to the main attraction. Balolo. Crowning the desk setup is the large Balolo setup cockpit in oak with a large tray, a laptop dock on the side and a tray to catch all the miscellaneous items. The build quality and attention to detail is really high. You can really tell that they truly care to create good products. Every single item I unboxed was wrapped in paper with a stamp that told the name of the person that assembled this exact item. Normally you would just expect that on the engine of a high-end sports car. On top of the shelf floats the LG 4K 32-inch monitor with the very adjustable ergo arm. On the right side I placed the LG 4K 27-inch monitor in a vertical position. Looking at a lot of desk setups, I felt like being brainwashed into an ultra-wide monitor sitting on a walnut tabletop, but I like the idea of using two monitors. But not just side by side like an ultra-wide with a bezel in the middle. I think for me it is easier to get into focus mode when I have one monitor right in front of me, but being big enough that I don't feel the need of having more space, but also not being that big that it feels overwhelming. I hope that makes any sense to you. However, sometimes you just want more space to reference things or to just drag and drop stuff. And for that I placed the second monitor on the right side and in a vertical orientation. For one, to be honest, I just think it looks cool and different. And as an added benefit, some things are just natural in a vertical position like tags, and other things just don't need to be as big, like folder structures or the calendar that shows me what I have to do next. So for me, and for now, this monitor setup is the best of both worlds. The whole setup is powered by my 16-inch M2 Max MacBook Pro. I used this setup mainly for video editing, and video editing is nothing without sound. Standing on these 3D printed risers are the Edifier MR4s. In my opinion, they are a great choice creating good and balanced sound. Whenever I feel the need to edit with headphones though, I have the Bose QC35-2 sitting in this custom 3D printed holder. Why not just hanging them up, you may ask? Just like with the monitors. I wanted a different look. Let's talk about the peripherals. I chose a simple IKEA felt mat. This one is really slim and has no cushioning. It feels good, but maybe a thicker one would be more comfortable. I like that it's quite big though, because I can simply rearrange things on it when I need more space. On that felt mat I used the Apple Magic Trackpad as well as the Apple keyboard and of course the MX Master 3S. For me this combo is aesthetically pleasing with the MR4s and also very natural to use, since some tasks are better done with a trackpad and others with a mouse. When I'm working I don't want to be distracted, so I use the focus mode on my iPhone and place it in this beautifully designed standby dock by Scott Julian. This not only looks great but charges my phone, and because of the iPhone standby mode it shows me the time and other things like the calendar if I want. Right in front of me is the iconic Porsche 911 Turbo from 1974, serving as an aesthetical masterpiece and also visual motivation. At my right side, as well as behind me, are the IKEA Fjellbu shelves. I hope I pronounced this correct. I think they look aesthetically pleasing and have enough space to display some items without them looking cluttered or messy. On the shelves and on my desk I have some different fake plants in order to create some atmosphere. The flower pots are also 3D printed. I like the idea of a hanging plant between the monitors to close the gap between them whilst bringing in some greenery. But all of this would be nothing without the right lighting. Not all the lights in the room are focused on the desk setup, but they are an important part of it since they create the atmosphere, and therefore I will also show them for the purpose of this video. I really like to use small lights all over the room to create an atmosphere. This is something you just can't get with your ceiling lights. Behind my main monitor I installed a 5-meter light strip from Govee. Between the monitors, and this beautiful lamp from IKEA, is a light bulb from Amazon creating a warm light. In the shelf at my right side and behind me are light bulbs from Govee. The standing lamp is from IKEA and can only fit E14 lamps. Unfortunately, Govee only has E27 light bulbs, so I needed to use an adapter, but because of that, the light bulbs protrude a bit. Behind me is also an IKEA lamp providing warm lighting. I really like the minimalist design of the lamp, but the bamboo doesn't really fit the aesthetics of the room. I installed 2 Govee light bars in the camera storage unit as well as on top of the IKEA pegboards. To top it all off, I have an Amaranth 60X mounted on a newer wall mount to brighten this setup. As the chair, I chose the IKEA leather chair. Mainly for the aesthetics, to be honest, but I think it's very comfortable even after sitting on it for several hours. The build quality of that thing is also phenomenal. I was skeptic at first after reading some bad reviews on it, but fortunately my unit is very solid. I think it may even be the highest quality item I ever assembled from IKEA. Guys, I really hope you enjoyed this setup. If you have any questions or suggestions, feel free to let me know in the comments below. Also, if you like this video, please let me know as well, since I really enjoy reading every comment. In the future I will make more content on this setup, and if you want to, also on the rest of the room. And finally, to end this video the right way, here's to some more B-roll. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and as always, have a great one. Ciao.
They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that could make sense. They hate when I keep dreaming I'll be famous,
But I don't give a fuck, I'ma keep chasing.
I got all this potential that's deep inside of me, but they hate when you're successful cause they try to be. They sit there being judgmental because you're trying things, and they just want you to settle and do the right thing. So get a good job, don't slack off. Wake up every morning, make a good impression on your boss. Don't do anything that I wouldn't do, and when you're making money, make sure you don't spend it too soon. Fuck that, I'll do what I wanna do. I got a different path from everyone, and that includes you. Who are you to tell me how to live life? In these times it feels like nobody is right, yeah. So I'ma figure out what else we succeed, and then invest all of my time into that and proceed. I need whatever the hell could make me happy, and I don't think you have a clue what could that be. They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that could make sense. They hate when I keep dreaming I'll be famous,
But I don't give a fuck, I'ma keep chasing.
they tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that can